Hi, this is Sean Fensky, Editor-in-Chief of MPO. I'm here with Stephen Langan, VP and GM of the metals business at Freudenberg Medical. So, Stephen, Freudenberg Medical has some great services that it offers to medical device manufacturers. Today, we're speaking about metals and the capabilities that Freudenberg Medical offers. So, maybe you could share a little bit about, while so much of the world is plastic, where is the place for metals, and how is Freudenberg Medical helping to make that happen?
So it's true, plastics often make the headlines when it comes to medical devices in the minimally invasive space, but very often metals can be the workhorse of those therapies. So if we look beyond implantable medical devices, metal-based tubing, including hypotubes and laser cut tubing, continue to play a critical role in catheter applications where strength, flexibility, and precise control are essential. Wherever a device must navigate a tortuous or hard to reach anatomy, such as in cardiovascular, peripheral vascular, or neurovascular applications, metal solutions provide unmatched performance for access and delivery. Beyond these use cases, metal tubing is vital in applications requiring high levels of steerability, torque response, and high load bearing, such as in structural heart intervention. In these demanding scenarios, metal is not just a viable option, it's often the superior one.
Fantastic. So, tell me a little bit about the approach. When you have a customer come to Freudenberg Medical, are they looking, do they already have a solution in mind, or are they coming to you with a challenge and then asking for your advice, your recommendations?
It can vary, Sean. So, in some applications like arterial delivery, a metal based solution is widely recognized as the optimal choice. In others, manufacturers may be evaluating alternatives such as braid or polymer solutions. In both cases, customers turn to us for expert guidance, where we thrive on early engagement to understand their specific performance needs and recommend the right metal solution to them. Finding the perfect metal based design it's really a blend of art, metallurgy, and engineering, making it essential to work with a partner who has deep cross application experience. And at Freudenberg Medical Metals, we've over 20 years of experience. We support more than 70 medical device companies across 24 countries,
Wow.
and we ship over 10 million metal hypotubes and laser cut tubes annually. So our expertise is both deep and broad. Engaging the right partner from the start helps avoid costly redesigns and ensures the device performs as intended.
And what about hybrid solutions? In other words, are there companies that are interested, or are there opportunities to leverage metal with another material to provide a superior solution?
Absolutely. There are many opportunities to combine metal with other materials to enhance the overall device performance. These hybrid solutions are especially valuable in applications requiring advanced steerability, precise navigation through tight anatomical spaces, smooth and accurate device deployment, repositioning capabilities, and lower profiles. So while steering catheters are often considered predominantly polymer based, such as braided or coil design, it's the metal components like the pull wires or the laser cut tube sections in those devices that provide the critical backbone enabling controlled movement. Hybrid metal polymer systems allow for fine multi-directional steering across various reaches and radii, performance that polymers alone often can't achieve. Most metal designs will also feature some form of hub or deployment handle as well. So overmolding considerations also need to be taken into account, especially for support in device transition zones. Metals are also increasingly used in intravascular imaging systems that integrate optical technology. And finally, the external coating or surface finish material of the metal component is another key factor, as it's vital to the overall performance and feel of the device in the physician's hands.
Can you maybe share some thoughts or insights on the value add, or the custom services that Freudenberg Medical provides to customers that complement the metal offering?
Freudenberg Medical offers a fully vertically integrated suite of design, development, and manufacturing services across our 12 global sites, including braiding, extrusion, molding, coatings, and assembly, which complement our metal solutions and create strong synergies in catheter development. Unlike CDMOs that specialize in just one capability area, we support the entire value chain. This allows us to focus on what the customer actually needs and not just what we have to offer. So rather than forcing a design to fit existing capabilities, we combine the right technologies to deliver the best solution based on clinical performance goals. And as a fully integrated partner, we take end-to-end responsibility, reducing supplier complexity, optimizing costs, and minimizing risk for the customer.
Now, I know M&A is a big part of expanding capabilities within this industry, both at OEM and suppliers. And Freudenberg Medical is no different. They just recently made an acquisition to help enhance the metal offerings that the company provides. Can you share a little bit about that? Who is the company? What do you expect the outcome of this to be?
We're very excited to have recently acquired Fujisiko, a Japanese manufacturer known for its high quality, small diameter metal tubing. This move supports our goal to build the most vertically integrated metal supply chain in the industry. Fujisiko has spent over 30 years building an unparalleled reputation for quality and is widely recognized as a leading supplier to top OEMs. In fact, Fujisiko's raw tubing set the industry standard, so it's synonymous with the bulk of metal-based catheters used in cath labs today. For our metals customers, the benefits are immediate. Faster lead times begin with raw material procurement, and now having Fujisiko in-house gives us greater control and responsiveness. As we integrate and invest in Fujisiko in the years ahead, we also plan to expand its tubing size range and metallurgy capabilities while maintaining the same high standards of Japanese engineering and precision that are the hallmark of Fujisiko's industry reputation.
And can you give a little bit of insight to developers that are working or planning to work with metal? What do they often overlook or forget to consider? What are your best practices, best advice for them?
One often overlooked aspect is how early material selection and processing decisions impact the entire life cycle of a catheter design, from performance and manufacturability to supply chain resilience. Developers sometimes can focus heavily on geometry or tolerances, but underestimate the critical role of raw material quality, consistency, and indeed how the tubing was manufactured, whether through drawing, heat treatment, or surface finishing. Engaging with a metals partner early can unlock design improvements in say, torque, flexibility, and pushability without changing the device geometry. And working with a vertically integrated supplier adds value through shorter lead times, better consistency, and greater innovation potential.
Great. So before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to share with those watching on the use of metal within medical device manufacturing?
Yeah, I'd like to share a little bit on Freudenberg Medical and Freudenberg itself, Sean, if that's okay. So Freudenberg Medical is part of the Freudenberg Group, a company with over 175 years of material science expertise. That legacy, which is rare in today's medtech market, deeply shapes how we approach the industry, our technical portfolios, and our commitment to customers. In metals, material science isn't just important, it's foundational. As a privately held company with a long-term orientation, we put the customer at the center of everything we do. It's a mindset that differs markedly from the short-term transactional focus that can emerge in periods of, say, rapid consolidation and platform structure. More and more, our customers are telling us how much they value continuity, reliability, and a partner at scale, like Freudenberg Medical, who invests for the long haul. That's exactly what we offer: enduring value-driven relationships built on trust, quality, and sustained innovation.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate all the insights, Steve. And, for those who are interested, reach out to Freudenberg Medical to get more information about their capabilities with metal and what they can offer for you. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you very much, Sean.